Good evening. Welcome to the Oath of Office ceremony for our newly elected officials in Charles County. I am County Administrator Michael Malinoff, and I am pleased to be here as your host for tonight's event. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone to please silence your mobile devices if you haven't already done so. Good. It's an honor to welcome all those taking the oath of office, along with their family, friends, and guests. We have many dignitaries and elected officials who have joined us tonight, and I want to take a moment to recognize them and thank them for coming. And if I forget anyone, amends. Gretchen Hines Hardeman from the Office of the Governor. Might be prudent to hold applause until the end, because there are many. The Honorable Arthur Ellis, the Honorable Deborah Davis, Esquire, Peter Murphy, former Commission President, Ken Robinson, Commissioner past, Vice Mayor Ron Satula, Mayor Janine James, Town of La Plata, Councilman Matthew T. Simpson, Town of La Plata, Councilman Brent Finnegan, Town of La Plata, Councilwoman Patty Mudd, Town of La Plata, Town Manager Brent Manuel, I was going to say Malinoff, but Town of La Plata, sorry Brent. Betsy Burian, Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Janice Wilson, NAACP Charles County Branch, Ms. Janet Salazar, Director Public Library, Mark Kaufman, County Fire Chief, Tynette Daniels, National Anthem, Pastor Mike Hilson, Benediction, Councilman Curtis Smith, Town of Indian Head, Rabbi Randall Schock, Invocation, the Honorable Edith Patterson, Delegate and Chairperson, the Honorable Amy J. Begonia, Circuit Court Judge, Reverend William A. Coates, Mackenzie Earl will be giving the Pledge of Allegiance, and Dr. Abdu Razik will be giving a blessing. The Honorable Sally Young Jameson, Delegate. The Honorable Elizabeth Susie Proctor, Delegate. Former Commissioner Gary Hodge. Michael Lucas, Board of Education. Judge Kenneth Talley. And at this time, please give them an applause. It's a privilege to lead our day-to-day operations here in Charles County, a place that I know you all are proud to live, work, and play. Our county government is adapting to our growth by upgrading the way we manage our organization. You can be confident that we are turning over a government that is ready to implement your ideas and move us forward. I want to take a moment to share how we are positioned to help you. We have been implementing a high-performance organization model which drives the decision-making from the bottom up. The approach simply means that all of us are smarter than one of us. We share knowledge, information, and ideas to deliver better results. Our leadership philosophy that's posted at the entrance of all our buildings and our core values were chosen and implemented by our employees. Their buy-in is essential for making sure the values and philosophy were representative of our work culture in words and deeds. These efforts make our government a fantastic place to work, with a great team in place ready to serve as you lead us to the next chapter. Fiscal responsibility is also an important hallmark of our government. We have achieved a AAA bond rating for the 3rd year in a row. We are one of only 9 counties in Maryland who have earned this distinction. We are very proud of the effort that's been put into achieving this goal, and you can rest assured we are committed to look forward to continuing this work with all of you. While these tangible accomplishments set us apart, what makes Charles County truly unique is that our residents and businesses appreciate the sense of connection we all have with each other. Tonight's program includes presenters and guests from a variety of backgrounds, cultures, beliefs, experiences, who represent the rich tapestry that weaves together this wonderful community. We are grateful to come together in unity for this special occasion. Let's begin by welcoming Reverend William Coates. He is representing Pleasant Grove Missionary Baptist Church and will present the blessing for tonight's ceremony.
Let us pray. Most gracious and eternal God, we gather today first and foremost to say thank you. Thank you, O God, for calling these men and these women to serve the citizens of Charles County. Thank you, O God, for hard-fought campaigns and the sweet taste of victory. But, O Master, let us not forget on whose shoulders we stand. Please, O God, let us not forget that in this chamber, the voices of those who have labored to be heard. Remind us, O God, constantly that fame and fortune is not our goal, but they have been appointed to govern with humility, with compassion, and with respect for all people. Father, bless them with courage. Bless them, O God, with strength. Bless them, O Father, with even a peace that surpasses all understanding. And we will be ever so careful, O Master, to continue to give you the praise, the glory, and the honor. In the name that is above all names, we pray. Amen.
I'm now pleased to introduce Dr. Abdul Razak, President of Masjid Abdul Mahani, who will deliver the Islamic blessing.
Good evening. I shall read the Arabic from the first chapter of the Quran, the book of guidance for all mankind, for today, for tomorrow, and eternally. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amen. There are altogether 114 chapters in the book Quran, which is a roadmap for all the believers. And this is the first chapter. It's essentially a supplication. The servant and the slave is asking his creator or her creator for guidance. And then the entire book is revealed over a period of 23 years to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I shall read the English translation. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, in the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, all praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds. Maliki Yawmiddin, sovereign of the day of recompense, judgment. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. It is you we worship alone, and you we ask for help alone. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Guide us to the straight path. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Guide us to the straight path. Siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. The path of those upon whom you have bestowed favor, not of those who have evoked your anger or of those who have gone astray.
Thank you. Next, please stand as the Charles County Sheriff's Office posts the colors. Remain standing and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mackenzie A. Earl, followed by the national anthem sung by Tynette Daniels.
Mark time. Mark. Ready? Face. Ready? Halt. Freeze, then. On.
Please remain standing, remove all inappropriate headgear, and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shoulder. On. Right. Face. Forward. Mark.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was beautiful, wasn't it? Wow. I think at this point, next I invite Rabbi Randall Schock, representing the congregation Sha'ar Shalom, to deliver the invocation. Rabbi? And I think you can be seated, or if you want.
Yeah. It's hard to follow that, but anyway. I've got a sinus thing going here, so excuse me. Hine matovu manayim shevet akim gam yakad. How good and how pleasant it is to be with God's people in unity and celebrate this occasion. And that's from Psalm 133. And we turn to you, Adonai, our Lord, our God, we turn to you in prayer and thanksgiving as we celebrate this oath of office ceremony for our public servants. You've chosen them to bask in the light of servitude. It is their turn to carry the torch of leading and building and rebuilding Maryland in general and Charles County in particular. You've given us Isaiah's vision of healing and living and learning and the vigor to turn that vision into reality. Grant these leaders the strength, wisdom, and hope to pursue their goals. And now, Lord, we ask you to let thy Holy Spirit rest among all of us, and let thy will be done in all of our lives. Hear this, our prayer. Baruch atah Adonai shomei tefillah. Amen.
Thank you. It is now time for our administration of oaths. I welcome the Honorable Amy J. Bergonia and Honorable Sharon Hancock to come forward and facilitate the oaths of office.
Good evening. The Circuit Court received the following from the Governor. To Sharon Sherry Hancock of La Plata, Maryland, greeting. Be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you Clerk of the Circuit Court. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, and faithfully, according to law, and hold the same for a term of 4 years from November 6, 2018, or until you shall be duly discharged therefrom. Lawrence J. Hogan, Jr., Governor of the State of Maryland. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Sharon L. Hancock,
I, Sharon L. Hancock,
do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true
to the
allegiance
state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws
and
thereof,
support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of Clerk of the Circuit Court for Charles County, Maryland,
execute the office of Circuit Court Clerk for Charles County, Maryland,
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
according to the Constitution and laws of this state. Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening. It is a great honor to take the oath of office as your clerk of the court. During my tenure as clerk, I commit myself and my staff to deliver the highest level of customer service to each citizen we serve. The Clerk's Office of Charles County ranks as a medium to large office among the 24 jurisdictions within the Maryland judiciary. We provide public service with accepting court pleadings, land recordings, business license, and a host of many other statutory duties. I've always been passionate about helping people, and I'm truly grateful to the citizens of Charles County for their confidence in allowing me to continue to serve as clerk. I would like to thank all the employees in the clerk's office. Without you, we would not be able to continue to perform the work that we do. We work very hard updating our office to the 21st century with electronic case files, e-recording, and we continue to work to enhance our services in the near future with providing text notifications for jury service and hearing notices. I would like to thank the Lord for all my blessings, and to include my husband, Mike, my children and grandchildren, Michael, Amber, Justin, Ashlyn, and Autumn, my mother who could not be here tonight, Catherine Poole, and my brothers and sister, as well as my extended family. I love you all. I'm very grateful to have Joyce Tippett as my chief deputy, as she works tireless for our office, and she really knows how to put up campaign signs and work in 100-degree weather nonstop. My sincerest thank you to everyone that helped me during my campaign with providing me sign locations, handing out flyers, and working the polls. I could not have done this without you. In closing, I extend my heartfelt thank you to each and every single one of you, the citizens of Charles County. We still have lots of work to do as I humbly serve as your clerk of court. Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to be able to swear in the Honorable Donnie Carrington. Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
I received the commission from the state of Maryland, and the commission to Donnie Marie Carrington. Greetings, be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and your wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you judge of the circuit court for the 7th Judicial Circuit. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, and faithfully according to the law, and uphold the same for a term of 15 years from November 6, 2018 until you shall be duly discharged therefrom. Given under my hand and seal, our Governor, Lawrence Hogan. Judge Carrington, will you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and state your name,
I, Donnie Marie Carrington,
do solemnly swear
that
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland,
to the state of Maryland,
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of Associate Judge
of
the 7th Judicial Circuit
of the 7th Judicial Circuit,
according to the constitutional laws of this state,
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
and that I will not directly or indirectly receive the profits or any part of the profits
of
any other office
during the term
of my acting as Associate Judge. Congratulations, Judge Carrington. Best wishes to you. Judge Carrington, I need you to sign the oath that you just took. That was administered to you, if you don't mind, your signature. And we have the test book for you, Marion. Today's date, Judge Carrington, Courthouse La Plata.
As many people know who have appeared before me, I am a woman of few words. So with that, I will say 2 words. Thank you.
The Honorable William R. Greer. State of Maryland, to William R. Greer, Jr. Greetings, be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you Judge of the Circuit Court for the Judicial 7th Circuit. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, and faithfully, according to the laws, and hold the same for a term of 15 years from November 6, 2018, or until you shall be duly discharged, given under my hand and seal, our Governor, Lawrence Hogan. Judge Greer, will you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and state your name,
I, William R. Greer, Jr.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful,
and that I will be faithful
bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office
execute the office
of Associate Judge
of Associate Judge
of the 7th Judicial Circuit
of the 7th Judicial
for
Circuit
Maryland,
for Maryland,
according to the constitutional laws of the state,
according to the constitutional laws of the state,
and that I will not directly
and that I will not directly
or indirectly
or indirectly
receive the profits
receive the profits
or any part of the profits
or any part of the profits
for my office
for my office
during the term of my acting as Associate Judge.
during my term as acting as Associate Judge.
Congratulations, Judge Greer.
Thank you.
You can sign the oath that you just took. Sign today's date, your name, Judge of the 7th Judicial Circuit, Courthouse La Plata. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Well, I've been following Judge Carrington on the trail for about 9 months now, and I can't make it any shorter than she did. But thank you all very much for everything over the past 9 months and for your votes this year. Thank you.
At this time, the Honorable Reuben B. Collins.
Good evening. I'd like to recognize the honorable and distinguished guests, family, friends, fraternity brothers, and other members of the Divine Nine and residents of Charles County in attendance this evening. I am Keith Tyler, and I serve as poll mark for the Upper Marlboro Waldorf Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And I bring greetings from my chapter, the Fort Washington Alumni Chapter, and the fraternity, recognizing the Honorable Reuben B. Collins II as he prepares to take his oath of office as Charles County Commissioner President. Our fraternity was founded on the campus of Indiana University in January of 1911 by 10 young African-American men who share a vision for fraternity with the fundamental purpose of achievement. This serving as the key tenet for our organization, 107 years later, their original vision still serves as our guiding principle, promoting and experiencing achievement by its members in every field of human endeavor. Reuben encapsulates this vision through his work as an accomplished lawyer, community leader, and author. As a Charles County native, he has maintained his connections through active community service for over 30 years. He has been instrumental in the leadership of Charles County for over a decade, first through his election as Charles County Commissioner, District 3 in 2006, and subsequently by re-election in District 3 in 2010, serving as the Charles County Commissioner Vice President until 2014. Additionally, he has founded or served on various community organizations promoting the betterment of all Charles County residents. We congratulate Brother Collins on his commitment to Charles County and the stellar achievement, wishing him and his family unbridled success in facing future challenges with strength, determination, and confidence, all while continuing to move this great county forward towards his vision of one Charles County. Thank you. Brother Baker.
Distinguished guests, family and friends, good evening. Good evening. My name is David Baker, and on behalf of the poll mark of the Fort Washington, Maryland Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity, I would like to congratulate all of our newly elected officials on your victory in the election and wish you luck in your future accomplishments. I'd like to say that although our chapter is based in Fort Washington, many of our members, like myself, are Charles County residents. I've lived in Charles County for almost 25 years, and I've seen a lot of changes over that period of time. I've known Reuben Collins for about that same number of years, over 20 years. And I've known him as a fraternity member, and I know that he has made many important contributions to our chapter in very critical community service projects over the years. Also, I would like to make a little presentation to him. I've got a little award here. Okay, and this reads, to Reuben Collins, for your support of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity and Southern Maryland. From the Fort Washington Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi, poll mark Philip DeBoe.
received from the Governor of Maryland to Reuben Collins. Greetings, be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you County Commissioner President. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, faithfully, according to the law, and hold the same for a term of 4 years, beginning December 4th, 2018, or until you shall be duly discharged. Given under my hand and the Great Seal of Maryland, our Governor Lawrence Hogan. Raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Reuben Collins,
do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office
execute the office
of the Board of Charles County Commissioners
of the Board of Charles County Commissioner President
according to the constitutional laws of the state.
according to the constitutional laws of the state.
Congratulations. Both of these, as President of the Charles County Commissioners. That's the oath that you just took. Okay, and I also need you to sign the official test book. Today's date, your name, for President Commissioner.
So I'm not going to rely on the brevity of my colleagues on the bench. I'm just being honest, okay? But I did want to start by acknowledging my family, first and foremost, my wife, who has been with me through thick and thin, who has supported me, and during the course of all of my political endeavors, has had my back to the utmost, and I just want to say how much I appreciate you and I love you. I'd also like to acknowledge my children. My son Time is here, and my daughter Janiyah. And many of you that are familiar with my political career, when I was first elected, my daughter was an infant, and Time was 5 years old. And look at them now. Right. I'd also like to acknowledge my Jersey connection here. My sister-in-law, Cheryl, and her family. You know, I want to thank you so much for coming out today. I'd also like to thank my prayer warriors, Mima and Nana. always there for us as a family, always praying for us. Finally, I want to also acknowledge my pops, Mr. David Collins. When I was thinking about what my comments would be today, I started thinking about my father's history here as a retired teacher. And this morning I was asking him if he could find or if he could recall where his first certificate as a public school teacher in Charles County was. And true to form, he knew exactly where it was. I mean, unbelievably. And I just thought it was appropriate because when you look at this certificate, I mean, it's unassuming in a lot of ways. But the thing that strikes you more than anything else is seeing on it high school teacher's certificate in academic subjects valid to teach in colored schools. My father taught at Bellalton High School at a time when Charles County was segregated. So I thought it was on point to suggest how important it is in this moment to recognize just how far this county has gone. Today is a historic day. We have come together to celebrate the beauty of American democracy and the peaceful transition from one administration to another. As we pass the torch, I want to thank my predecessor, Mr. Peter Murphy, for his work in leading our county in partnership with the previous Board of County Commissioners. There's so much to be proud of in our county, the place I've called home for virtually my entire life. And I'm honored and humbled to be elected to serve as your Commissioner President and lead the Board of County Commissioners in moving Charles County forward. We're in a state of change, and change is constant. We must adapt with the times, or we may find ourselves unprepared and underserved. I remember when there were wetlands where St. Charles Town Center Mall now sits. I also remember when the county had only 3 public high schools, and now there are now there are 7. And now with 64% of Charles County residents commuting outside of the county for work, the city of Waldorf now has the longest average commute time in our nation. The great philosopher Socrates said, "The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new." We've come a long way and seen many positive changes over the years. Still, opportunities remain to improve the quality of life for Charles County residents. Now is the time for us to seize those opportunities together. We are at a crossroads. Some want farmland and sprawling green spaces. Others want nicer amenities, walkable neighborhoods, and more vibrant entertainment options. Dream with me for a moment. Close your eyes and imagine a Charles County where we can all have the things that we want. A smart county, efficiently and collaboratively managed. This dream can and will become our reality. I look forward to working with the Board of County Commissioners to move our county forward in a way that allows us to benefit from improved and modernized infrastructure, a regional approach to address all of our transportation issues, countywide broadband, vibrant, walkable communities, increased funding for public safety, Sheriff. Strategic economic growth. We want to make it easier and more beneficial to do business here in Charles County. We want to attract high-paying local jobs and reduce the number of people who have to leave the county to work. We'd like to increase affordable housing initiatives and find tax relief for homeowners. And we'd also like to make it a priority to address the homelessness issue here in Charles County. Improved education and youth programs is also a high priority. More funding and resources for our schools, including better pay and specialized training for teachers, and pre-K education funding for every student in Charles County. It's not going to be easy. Change and advancement rarely are. We are situated in an extremely competitive metropolitan region. Whether it's agro or ecotourism or new high-skilled work centers, we can better leverage our resources and assets. If we allow fear of economic development to cause us to become isolated from the rest of the region, we only hurt ourselves, the families and businesses that call Charles County home. I believe we can balance our county's beauty and natural resources with improved infrastructure while growing our economy and attracting local jobs. And I'm ready to put in the work along with my fellow commissioners and staff to bring this vision to life. I ask that you all leave the sidelines and jump in to support your community and move forward together. In other words, make us, your elected leadership, accountable to you. 4 years from now, we're going to look back and feel proud of our achievements. We'll reflect on how we were able to preserve our county's beauty and natural resources. We'll have better infrastructure, better local experiences, and better preparation for our children's future. So in closing, I'd like you all to please remember to be better. We must work together as one community to make Charles County a place where we can live better, work better, and play better. God bless you all, and thank you very much.
The Honorable Gilbert B.J. Bowling. I received a commission from the governor to Gilbert B.J. Bowling. Greeting, be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and wisdom, did on the 6th day of November, 2018, elect you County Commissioner. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, and faithfully, according to the law, and hold the same for a term of 4 years, beginning on December 4th, 2018, or until you shall be duly discharged. Given under my hand and the Great Seal of Maryland, your Governor, Lawrence Hogan. You're fine. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Gilbert Obie Bowling III,
do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and I will best my skill and judgment,
that I will, to the best of my skill and
that I
judgment,
will to the best of my skill and judgment. I did it again.
diligently and faithfully,
Diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office
execute the office
of Board of Charles County Commissioners
of Board of Charles County Commissioners
according to the constitutional laws of this state.
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you.
I need you to sign the oath that you just took.
Yep.
Here you go. I need you to sign the official as well. Today's date, your name, Commissioner, and the address to the county address. Charles County government.
Wow. John F. Kennedy once said that on his inauguration that the torch has been passed to the next generation of Americans. And I do believe today that that is the case. I just want to thank you all. First off, I'm not going to forget my wife like I've done many times. I want to thank my wife who has done everything to put me where I am today. If it wasn't for her, I would not be standing before you today. I want to thank my mom and dad who are out there somewhere. I want to thank my grandfather and my grandmother, who I know is looking down on me right now. I want to thank my brother and my mother-in-law. And you know, it's tough. I love this county from the bottom of my heart. And standing in front of you today, I had a few things jotted down, but I'm going to speak from my heart. Every decision I make is going to be from my heart, from the love of this county, what I love, for my children, my daughter Jillian, my daughter Caroline. Hopefully they realize they can be anything they want. It's evident with me standing before you today. You know, Ruben spoke very eloquently. I look forward to working with you, Ruben, and supporting you as the president. I think we're going to work good together, my friend. My entire life, my father and mother and grandfather have raised me to have some values. Integrity. No matter what, you have integrity and do the right thing. You're honest. And sometimes that means telling people what they don't want to hear, but you're honest. To work hard. Growing up on a farm, that's what we did. We worked hard. And that's what I'm going to do here for you. I'm going to work hard. In early and out late. Most important, one of the most important things is love. I love this county, and every decision I make is going to come from that. And the last is hope. Give people hope that the people they elect will do the right thing. Will stand before them and not just say something, but actually do something. That will stand before them and get out there and work and take on the responsibility and understand that the buck stops here. Not with the wonderful staff we have over here. It stops right here in the front row. We will, as Charles County together, bring Indian Head back to what it used to be. We will work on improving our schools and doing everything we possibly can to give our children the best public education they can get. We will support our sheriff and do everything humanly possible to make sure our children can go outside at night and play safe. And lastly, my promise to you is to do my very best humanly possible job to bring this county to where it needs to be for the next century. And lastly, in the words of John F. Kennedy, again, Charles County asks not what your county can do for you, but what you can do for your county. Thank you.
At this time, the Honorable Thomasina Coates. We received a commission from the Governor of the State of Maryland to Thomasina Coates. Greetings, be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and your wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you County Commissioner. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, and faithfully according to the law, and hold the same for a term of 4 years, beginning on December 4th, 2018, or until you shall be duly discharged thereof, given under my hand and the Great Seal of Maryland, our Governor, Lawrence Hogan. Will you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and state your name,
I, Thomasina O. Coates,
do swear or affirm
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true
and
allegiance
bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and to support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of
execute the office of
the Board of Charles County Commissioners
the Board of Charles County Commissioners
according to the constitutional laws of the state.
according to the constitutional laws of the state.
Congratulations, Commissioner. Thank you so much. I need you to sign the oath that you just took. Congratulations again, Commissioner Coates.
Thank you so much. Okay, so to take a deep breath. When I started to prepare this, I didn't quite know where I wanted to start. So I said, I'll start here. Good evening, family, friends, constituents, and dignitaries. I am immensely grateful and humbled to be standing before you this evening, embarking on this journey together. And we will be together on this journey, trust me. I am especially grateful to my family, to my husband, Kevin. Your support is relentless. Thank you for keeping me grounded, for being my rock, for being the love of my life. You were there when I needed a shoulder. You were there to hold our household down. You stayed up, waiting for me, waiting for my return. You cooked for us. You did our laundry, and you did the dishes. All I can say is, you're the best. I love you. Mom and Dad, they are here. I could not thank you enough for being my parents, believing in me, campaigning north, south, and east and west of this county. Some of you may have already seen them at your door. Placing my signs in friends and family's yards, rain or shine. But most importantly, grooming me to be the person I've become. Yes, Mom, you have always said, quote, you are homegrown. Never forget where you come from and always be the best you can be, end quote. Yes, Mom, I am homegrown. Yes, I will never forget my roots. Yes, I plan to be the best county commissioner I can be and make Charles County proud. Dad, I will always remember our phone conversations. You asking me the inner workings of politics. Wow. Try to explain. I'm sure your friends at the coffee shop could not wait until you returned the next morning to discuss politics over coffee. Boy, I would love to have been a fly on that wall. Mom and Dad, you both are my heroes and the wind beneath my wings. I love you both. Okay, this is where it gets a little touching. To my late mother and father-in-law, James and Veronica Coates, I know you're looking down from heaven, smiling from ear to ear. So proud to see your one and only daughter-in-law continue your legacy as a leader. I know heaven will never be the same again, and everyone that knows my mother-in-law knows, keep dancing the jig, because you can do it. Your sisters, Peggy and Cindy, are doing a fantastic job continuing where you left off. Thank you for leaving us in good hands. All right, here I go, my family, my daughters. Two, my beautiful daughters and handsome son, Alicia, Sean, and Brittany. The three of you are so awesome. What wonderful ladies and gentlemen you have become. I'm so proud of you all. Just to think, you always wanted Mom to be proud of you and your accomplishments. But did you ever know that Mom always wanted you to be proud of her accomplishments as a leader, as a role model, as a mentor, as a commissioner now, and most importantly, as your mom, whose shoulders will always be available for you to stand on. Use them, for they will carry you to the finish line. Love you all. My children are back in the back there. Well, my darling grandbabies, those of you who have grandbabies know the feeling. My darling grandbabies, wow. This is for you and your future. I hope Grandma makes you proud. One day it will all make sense, but for now, keep seeing Grandma as the love of your life. Because eventually when they get teenagers, I think we all know what happens then. They don't like anybody. Okay. I have a sister, and this sister is very dear to me because this is what she's done to my sister. Words can't express the gratitude I have for you. Thanks for believing in me. When called upon, you did not hesitate. You proudly made my first significant political campaign contribution, and it was significant. Not only kicking off my campaign, but carried me to victory. I couldn't have done it without you. Love you, baby sis. And I have two brothers, okay? Yeah, everybody laughing because they are a hoot. Your support behind the scenes did not go unnoticed. I know it was because of you that it was literally business as usual. And I think they know exactly what I'm talking about, because without them, I don't know what my business would have been looking like. For that, I can't thank you enough. Love you, baby brothers. To my aunts, uncles, and cousins, without your unwavering support, I would not be standing here as your county commissioner today. I am blessed and honored to have you as my family. God knew what he was doing when he blessed me with you all. Love you all. And I have a lot of family and cousins here tonight, so thank you. And now to my loyal supporters and friends. You generously contribute your time, advice, suggestions, support, efforts to my campaign. I am moved by the expression of confidence from you, and for that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And for those who had the courage to run for office, and we know who they are, I look forward to working with you in unifying the county, sharing your ideas, receiving your continued enthusiasm about the positive direction in moving our county forward. And I sincerely mean that. And to my constituents, thank you for your support and taking the time to share with me your ideas, your concerns, and your aspirations. I sincerely appreciate your willingness to discuss what really matters to you, because that's what's going to make my job either cumbersome or easy. Most importantly, being an effective public servant involves listening to you, translating your concerns into workable proposals, and building consensus to implement them. I could not do this job without the involvement and openness of those I represent. In closing, I look forward to becoming your county commissioner and working alongside my colleagues, Commissioner President Collins, Commissioner Bowling, Commissioner Stewart, Commissioner Rucci, in bringing prosperity and making Charles County a place where people of all ages can count on a future. Thank you, good night, and God bless.
The Honorable Amanda Stewart. Receive the commission from the Governor of the State of Maryland to Amanda Stewart. Greetings, be it known, the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and your wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you Commissioner. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, and faithfully, according to the law, and hold the same for a term of 4 years, beginning on December 4th, 2018, or until you shall be duly discharged therefrom, given under my hand and the Great Seal of Maryland, our Governor Lawrence Hogan. Will you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and state your name.
I, Amanda Stewart,
Do swear or affirm
do affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
and I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of the Board of the Charles County Commissioners according to the constitutional laws of the state.
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Need you to sign. See, that you do. Right here. Yep.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here this evening. You can only imagine I've spent many of hours in this building over the last 4 years, and we normally don't get a nice turnout like this, so thanks for coming. I first want to thank Mr. Malinoff, County Administrator, and Mrs. Hancock and staff for organizing such a wonderful event this evening. I want to first thank my husband for his support. I have a little bit more to say, but I'm going to just first acknowledge him since he's here with me on stage. It's very fitting for him to be here today, but with me right here, but you'll hear more about that in a little bit. Now, I'm honored to have the opportunity to stand before you this evening as my first term has come to an end. I am looking forward to the next term. I like to call it my chapter 2. Have you heard the saying that your world can change in an instant? Can you imagine how my world has changed in the last 4 years? Chapter 1 was an extraordinary experience. The one thing that I reflect on all the time is my son. When Alvin and I and Alan started this journey about 6 years ago, he was about this tall to me. And now when he stands up and I have on flats or even with heels, I'm looking up to him. So time has changed. I've met a lot of people, made some really good friends. I've learned a lot of lessons, but I am looking forward now to take those lessons learned into chapter 2. I am thankful for those experiences with the previous board and team. I especially want to thank Commissioner Murphy, Commissioner Robinson, Commissioner Davis, and Commissioner Rucci for all of the many, many hours that we've spent together and the lessons that we've learned together. Together, we made tremendous strides to address the major concerns here in our community. We are better off today than we were 4 years ago, but our work is not done. 4 years ago, I stood here with hope for the future. I stood excited about the opportunities that had been presented to me. I said it 4 or 5 years ago. I still believe it today. We do have more in common than that divides us. In 2012, President Obama stated that democracy in a nation of 300 million can be noisy, messy, and complicated. That is a true statement. I thank my supporters, my campaign volunteers for the many hours and work that you dedicated to the Elect Amanda Stewart campaign. I stand here today not just because of me, but because of all of you. I will always be grateful for your dedication, your talent, and your encouraging words as we progress through the campaign. Two volunteers in particular that's here tonight is Colleen Longing and Marlette Brooks. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. I am thankful for all the voices that wanted to be heard, everyone who shared their concerns and their well wishes. It is because of your voice that I stand here today. This election was not about one person. This election was not about one agenda. This election was and is about moving the county forward. I will never lose hope, but I'm going to be honest. I am concerned. I am concerned that we live in a nation at a critical period in time. We are bombarded with negative rhetoric every day. We have keyboard warriors that do not care about fair and truthful reporting, but only hatred and division. President Obama stated that we are not red Americans or blue Americans. We are Americans. And I believe the nation that we live in can and will once again shine above the rest when we realize that we do not have to agree on every issue, but we should treat everyone with respect. It's easy to respect someone that agrees with you, but the true test of a leader is one who can be respectful to those who disagree with them. I pledge to you tonight that I'm here and ready to be your county commissioner, that type of leader that leads with respect. Now, when you stand fast and you stand true to yourself, you can make a difference. But we are not just making a difference, we can be the difference. When we work together to ensure that our children's future is better than our own, when we have that future that's not just built on hope, but it is built on the strength and pride of the community, that is the day that I will be proud of. To my colleagues tonight, as the ink dries in the signature books, let us pledge to work together to help improve the lives of all residents, not just the rich, not just the loudest, not the oldest, and not the youngest, but all residents. Tomorrow we will begin our work together. We have people trusting us to get the work done. We will hear their concerns. We will act. Now, over the 4 years, there's many projects that I've been very proud of. Everyone knows that my heart is education, but the one thing I can say, I am a well-rounded commissioner. I have done things and completed and have accomplishments in all areas. But I look forward to another 4 years really focusing on making our county better. From education to public safety, recreational tourism, and our business community. Now, I know everyone else started with their family, but I'm going to end with my family. I want to first say, Alvin told me 6 years ago that we have an opportunity to be the voice of those who do not have a voice or those who do not know how to speak up for themselves. And I think that's what we've done, and we continue to do. It is because Alvin saw something in me that I didn't see in myself that I stand here today. I will be eternally grateful to you for your love, support, and guidance. It's not easy being married to an elected official. And the ones that are here today could probably agree. It's not easy. When they're out in the world, they're not just themselves. People always pull on them. People always ask them questions. So I do appreciate, between all of the coffee and the managing and all of that, you make time to be my #1 supporter. So I thank you. So my mother-in-law, Ms. Rooney, thank you. You have always been in my corner since day one, so I appreciate you being here tonight. That means a lot. I'm very fortunate to have a very loving and supportive mother-in-law. I want to thank my cousins, Joseph and Maureen Perrin. They have been in my corner from day one. They're very supportive. Tonight, my mom's oldest brother is here, James Gant, a Navy veteran. And I just thank you for being here tonight because, as you know, my mom and dad are not here. But it's really great to look out and see you here tonight. And my brother CJ is here. Thank you for being here tonight. I can always count on him. He was one of the ones out there too, passing out literature, especially at early voting and election day. Our baby brother is in Virginia Beach. He could not be here this evening, but he's also a huge part of our lives also. And I already mentioned Marla and Colleen, so thank you. I hope I'm not missing anyone. Maybe someone else came in, family came in the back. But other than that, I can't leave. And if you were here 4 years ago, you know who I ended with, right? If a tear drops, it's not from a place of weakness. Now, to my son, Alan, I will always remember, Alan, I want you to always remember that you are valuable, powerful, smart, and blessed. Because of you, I've been able to stand strong and weather many storms. It's because of you and your dad that sometimes I smile on the outside, even when my heart was breaking on the inside. This has truly been a test these last 4 years, but not just for me, but for Alvin and Alan. Alan, it is my hope that I have shown you, taught you, that with hard work and empathy, you will and can become anything that you are destined to become. Always remember, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they will become your habit. Watch your habit, they will become your character. Watch your character because it becomes your destiny. And your destiny is of greatness. You are destined for greatness. Understand, I stand here tonight, this is bigger than me. I truly believe the journey that we have walked on will benefit you and show you how to be the man that you will be one day. Remember, I love you. Now I want to thank everyone for this opportunity. I will call this opportunity my chapter 2. And as we write our chapter 2 together over the next 4 years, please remember, it's an anticipation of the best chapter to come, chapter 3. Thank you.
The Honorable Bobby Rucci. I received a commission from the state of Maryland from the governor's office. To Bobby Rucci, greetings, be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you County Commissioner. You are therefore to execute the office, the said office justly, honestly, diligently, faithfully, according to the law, and uphold the same for a term of 4 years, beginning on December 4th, 2018, or until you shall be duly discharged. Given under my hand and seal, the Great Seal of Maryland, our Governor, Lawrence Hogan. Commissioner Rucci, will you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and state your name,
I, Bobby Rucci,
do swear or affirm
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
and I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland,
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and that I will to the best of my skill and judgment,
that I will to my best of skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office
execute the office
of the Board of the Charles County Commissioners
of the Board of the Charles County Commissioners
according to the constitutional laws of the state.
according to the constitutional laws of the state.
Congratulations, Commissioner Rucci.
Thank you.
I need you to sign the oath that you just took. Today's date, your name, Commissioner, and the Charles County government.
Wow, thank you all. First of all, I got to start here. I'd like to thank my wife, Diana. And no, you can't have the microphone, Diana. Thank you so much. You've been behind me, whatever I want to do. Every venture I try to do, she's behind me. And I'd like to thank the citizens of Charles County for having me here again. And my friends and family, they're all back there, and love you guys. I'm going to be very short because I don't talk a whole lot. First of all, I'm very excited about the new board. I'm very excited about working with the new board. And Commissioner President Collins, you said a lot of nice words tonight, and I'm going to second the motion to you. Very, very, very nice. So I'm going to say, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to show you what we're going to do in a short time to come, I think. And thank you guys so very much.
The Honorable J. Lorraine Berry. We received a commission from the state of Maryland. To J. Lorraine Berry, greetings, be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you judge of the Orphans' Court. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, faithfully, according to the law, and hold the same for a term of 4 years, from November 6, 2018, or until you shall be duly discharged thereof. Giving under my hand and the Great Seal of Maryland, our Governor, Lawrence Hogan. Will you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and state your name,
I, J. Lorraine Berry,
do swear or affirm
swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
and I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland,
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and to support the Constitution laws thereof.
and that I will to the best of my skill and judgment
I will, with the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office
execute the office
of Judge of the Orphans' Court
of Judge of the Orphans' Court
according to the constitutional laws of the state.
according to the Constitution laws of the state.
Congratulations. Orphans Court Judge. Courthouse, La Plata.
I'm honored to serve in this position another term. This will be my 4th and final. And I really appreciate all your support and your votes. Thank you.
The Honorable Darlene Breck. Received a commission from the state of Maryland to Darlene Breck. Greetings, be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you Judge of the Orphans' Court. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, and faithfully according to the law, and hold the same for a term of 4 years from November 6, 2018, until you shall be duly discharged therefrom. Given under my hand and seal, the Great Seal of Maryland, Lawrence J. Hogan, our Governor. Will you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and state your name,
I, Darlene Breck,
do swear or affirm
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and that I will to the best of my skill and judgment
and that I will to the best of my skill and judgment
diligently and faithfully
without
partiality or prejudice execute the office
of
Judge of the Orphans' Court
according to the constitutional laws of the state.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I need you to sign the oath that you just took. I'm going to have to change that back to the
Thank you very much this evening. Thank you to my family and friends who are here. Thank you very much to my husband, who I said, no, you don't have to wear a jacket tonight. So, dear, I'm very sorry. Last year, they didn't come up. To my children, when I was sworn in 4 years ago, and my grandchildren said, what's Momo doing? And they said, she's judging orphans. And they believed her. A little blurb as to explain exactly what the Orphans Court does. The Orphans Court is a court of limited jurisdiction. We pass orders relating to the settlement and distribution of an estate to the next of kin. We appoint the guardian of the property of minors, and we follow the letter of the law as to your wishes of your will. It's simple as that. We have a duty to fill for all those who pass, and our job is to make sure that their wishes are fulfilled. We do that every day on Tuesday in a courtroom, and we are very, very blessed to be able to serve the citizens of Charles County in that way. And I would like to just say that I was privileged to be Chief Judge of the Orphans Court for the past 4 years, and I'm very, very privileged to be Judge of the Orphans Court for the following 4 years. And I thank you very much for that privilege and that honor. Thank you.
The Honorable Reginald Kearney. I received a commission from the Governor, State of Maryland, to Reginald Kearney. Greetings, be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you Judge of the Orphans Court. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, faithfully, according to the law, and uphold the same for a term of 4 years from November 6th or until you shall be duly discharged therefrom, given under my hand and the Great Seal of Maryland, Lawrence J. Hogan, Jr., our Governor. You repeat after me. I, and state your name.
I, Reginald Kearney,
Do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and that I will, to the best of my skills and judgment,
diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of Judge of the Orphans Court according to the constitutional laws of the state. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I need you to sign both of these. The oath that you just took. And I need you to sign today's date, your name, Judge of the Orphans Court, Courthouse, Fulton.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank my wife, Tina, for allowing me to run for this office. She isn't one who's involved in politics a lot. She'd much rather be at home cooking or washing dishes or something of that nature. I want to thank my daughter, Taylor, for being supportive of me. I have my cousin here, Eric Kearney from Cincinnati, and his daughter, Celeste from Cincinnati, Ohio. I want to thank my in-laws, James and Betty Barnes, for being very supportive, my daughter-in-law, my sister-in-law, and others, and my friends for being very supportive of me doing this, and giving me this opportunity and allowing me to run for judge of the Offense Court. And last of all, I'd like to thank the people of Charles County for voting for me and having faith in me that I can carry out the duties of this court. And I appreciate that, and just want to make people proud of me and know that I'm here to do the job that's required of me. Thank you.
The Honorable Lorraine D. Hennessy. You received a commission for the state of Maryland to Lorraine Davies Hennessy. Greetings, be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you Register of Wills. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, and faithfully, according to the law, and hold the same for a term of 4 years from November 6, 2018, or until you shall be duly discharged therefrom. Given under my hand and the Great Seal of Maryland, Lawrence J. Hogan, Jr., Governor of the State of Maryland. We raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name.
I, Lorraine Davies Hennessy,
Do swear or affirm
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland
to the state of Maryland
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and support the constitutional laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
without
partiality or prejudice, execute the office of Register of Wills according to the constitutional laws of this state.
according to the constitutional laws of the state.
Congratulations.
First and foremost, thank you to the citizens of Charles County. I am very humbled to be serving as your Register of Wills. It is my commitment to continue to educate folks about the importance of wills and the probate process. But more importantly, I will be there to help you through the probate process when you are suffering the loss of a loved one. Secondly, I would like to thank my coworkers for being dedicated and committed. You are always willing to make the changes that improve customer service. Your professionalism and compassion exceed standards that I am very grateful for. Lastly, I would like to thank my family and friends for their love and support. My parents, my husband, and my children. Love you all. You have given me many blessings, and I am very grateful for that. May everyone have a safe and joyous holiday season. God bless you.
The Honorable Troy Berry, our Sheriff. Sheriff Berry, I received a commission from the state of Maryland to Troy Perry. Greetings, be it known that the people of Charles County, reposing great trust and confidence in your integrity and wisdom, did on the 6th day of November 2018 elect you sheriff. You are therefore to execute the said office justly, honestly, diligently, and faithfully, according to the law, and hold the same for a term of 4 years, beginning on November 6, 2018, or until you shall be duly discharged, given under the hand and the Great Seal of Maryland, Lawrence J. Hogan, Jr., our Governor. Sheriff Berry, will you raise your right hand for me, please? And state your name.
I, Troy Berry,
Do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of Maryland,
and to the state of Maryland,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and the laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
that to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice, execute the office
of Sheriff for Charles County, according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
according to the Constitution and the laws of this state.
Congratulations, Sheriff
Thank
Berry.
you.
Congratulations.
Good evening. I just want to first thank the citizens of Charles County for re-electing me to the office of sheriff. I am a person that embraces their faith, and I want to thank God for his grace and his favor that he has on me, over my life, and allowed me to serve in this capacity. I'd like to thank my wife Angela for her love, for her kindness, for her patience and encouragement through the peaks and the valleys of elected office. I want to thank my family, my friends, my colleagues, and supporters for faithfully being with me in my first term and also into this second term. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my staff members of the Charles County Sheriff's Office for the fine and wonderful work that they do each and every day by serving and protecting this community. We have had some challenges, we have some setbacks, we have some difficulties, but through it all, we continue to provide an outstanding law enforcement service to this community. I'd like to thank and also acknowledge all the other elected officials. I look forward to working with each and every one of them over the next 4 years. And finally, I pray God's continued blessings over this county, over the great state of Maryland, and over this nation. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you. This concludes tonight's event, and we invite you to join us outside the auditorium for a reception of some fine food and, I would say libations, but let's say soft drinks. John McConnell reminded me earlier that that wasn't allowed in the building, so there you go. We ask those who were just sworn in to come forward for an official photo together before you depart. Commissioners, you also have an additional area for photos with your guests, and staff will escort you there following the group photo. As we wrap up, I'd like to thank all who participated in the event. Special thanks goes out to all our volunteers who helped support this event, including our cadets, explorers, JROTC students from St. Charles High School, and the fantastic Charles County government team who reminds me when sometimes I skip out of order. But thank you. Unintended, but that happens. We appreciate family, friends, neighbors, and businesses and community leaders who have joined us. You're the reason that our elected officials are here tonight and have stepped up to lead the community and be of service. The county is in great hands, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity of working with each of you to lead the county forward. Thank you all for coming. And now I would like to invite Pastor Mike Hilson, representing New Life Church in La Plata, to come forward to present the benediction and conclude our ceremony.
Let's pray. Our God and Father in heaven above, we begin by thanking you that this election is over. And we ask now, Lord, that your peace and your grace would settle down on this county. Remind us that now that our contest is over, there are no friends and no enemies in this room. There are no friends and no enemies in this county. There are but brothers and sisters made in the image of the God who has set us all free. And what we ask of you, Lord Jesus, is that you come here and you tear down the walls that divide us. Walls of political divide and walls of racial divide. We ask that you tear down walls of religious divide and walls of creedal divide. And we ask in the end that you give us peace, prosperity, and a day in which we might declare your name, because Charles County is yours. We only manage it. We only take care of it. And we ask that you help every one of these elected officials who walk out of this room tonight with the weight of the responsibility of governing what you have given them. We ask that you give them wisdom, that you give protection, that you give grace. And we ask, Lord Jesus, that this county abide always in the peace of our God and Father. In your name we pray. Amen.